and modeling. These are the diagrams and views that are used in UML, Unified Modeling Language. So, for users view, there are use case diagrams. In structural view, we use class diagrams. Uh, in class diagrams, a set of classes and their relationships are displayed. Whereas in object diagram, a set of objects, that is a class instance and their relationship is described. In component diagram, logical grouping of elements with their relationship is displayed. In deployment diagram, a set of computational resources that are nodes that host each component are displayed. Whereas in behavioral diagrams, use case diagrams, which shows the high-level behavior of a system, user, goals, external entities, and factors are described. In sequence diagram, focuses on time ordering of messages. It gives the sequence of your system. In collaboration diagram, it focuses on structural organization of objects and messages. State chart diagrams are event-driven diagrams. Activity diagram shows the flow and control between the activities. So let's say start with use case diagrams. The symbols that are used in use case diagrams are the oval shape that shows use case, a person which is called as actor, a rectangular box which describes the boundary, and the line that connects the use cases and actor is the connection. Then this connection could be include relationship or extend relationship. Okay. So what is a use case? It is a formal way of representing your business, how it interacts with its environment. Environment is either the people around you or another system. It illustrates the activities that are performed by the user of the system. The scenario-based techniques in the UML scenario is a sequence of actions. A system performs that is a valuable result for a particular actor. Okay, actor over here is the user of the system. It could be admin, it could be a front-end user or anybody who is using your system for either of its requirement. Okay, so what is a actor? A user or outside system that interacts with the system being designed in order to obtain some value from that interaction. Okay, and use case describes scenarios that describes the interaction between user of the system and system itself. So use case diagram describes what a system does from the standpoint of an external observer. The emphasis is on what system does rather than how. So use case diagrams are closely connected to scenario. So scenario is an example of what happens when someone interacts with the system itself. Here is the scenario of medical clinic. A patient calls the clinic to make an appointment for a yearly checkup. The receptionist finds the nearest empty time slot in the appointment book and schedules the appointment for that time slot. So, we want to write a use case for this scenario, right? So, use case is a summary of scenarios for a single task or goal, right? So first identify the actors. As we read the scenario, it defines those people or systems that are going to interact with the scenario. Okay, so patient calls the clinic to make an appointment, right? So actor over here is a human being, a device, right? External system, subsystem, events, right? They are represented by a person like this. Okay, so let's see how it looks when you make a appointment. So here is a person who makes the appointment. So this is a use case and it communicates with the use case. So it has three components. The use case task refers to the use case that represents the features that system need, right? Then there is actor who uses the use case, and there is a communication line which shows the communication between the actor and the use case. Okay, so this can be the appointment system. The actors can be patient, doctor, management, and the use case could be make appointment, produce a schedule information, record availability,